Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it. So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and
Jason. Welcome to another episode of the worst of the best podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, of course, again today is my brother, Jason. Jason, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thank you, brother, for having me back on. Appreciate it.
Of course, it's always a pleasure, and it's more or less a bi-weekly show, which is not too bad. Jason has a busy life. I have a busy life. Just behind the curtain here, we have a couple of guest appearances coming up. The Iron Maiden episode is still in the works. My friend who wants to do that episode, he's just been very busy. He's basically a farm guy. Maybe he can tell about it on his guest appearance, but he has a farm. The guy is like living on a farm with his family in Alberta, and they're kicking butt over there, and they're literally doing the farm duties you think of. So yeah, he's very busy, beautiful family, big family there, and he's having a full life there. But he's coming on soon this year to do Iron Maiden, and I have a guest host coming on who wants to do Van Halen's 1984 with me. He's the one that did the band Clutch with me. You might remember him, Andy.
Yeah.
So he wants to do Van Halen's 1984. So that was his album. I said, really? That's your favorite album, eh? All right. Well,
Is this favorite album all time?
no, favorite Van Halen.
Oh.
That's what he picked.
Oh, favorite Van Halen album.
I wrote him back, said, really? 1984? Hot take. That's one of their... Anyways, we'll save it for the show. Okay. All right, but he's the guest. He gets to pick. It's an interesting album. 8 songs, and it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Don't get me started. See, I'm not going to start talking about Van Halen's 1984. We'll save it for the episode. Okay. Jason, this is going to be an interesting episode. This one is stories around breakfast. Now, I've actually done a breakfast episode a while ago. I did a breakfast foods episode, and that was a fun one. And I did that with Zip. I've had him on a couple times. Great guy.
Actually, I remember listening to that one when I was on a road trip.
Nice. Funny. Yeah. I've had some great co-hosts on this podcast. Of course, Jason being the best one.
Oh, phew.
Yeah. Jason, picture this. The sun's peeking over the horizon, and you're sitting down to what's often dubbed the, quote, the most important meal of the day. Now, we're not going to discuss the merits of that. We're just saying that's what it's often referred to, breakfast. Maybe you're savoring the salty crunch of bacon with scrambled eggs and toast, or perhaps you're drizzling syrup over a stack of pancakes, waffles, or French toast.
How about a cup of coffee?
There you go. That's what I usually have. Jason, what if I told you that breakfast isn't always what it seems? Forget the recipe blogs or the science-backed studies on why oatmeal is good for your heart or not. No, we're diving into something far juicier. Breakfast has a secret life, one that's landed at smack in the middle of a jaw-dropping headlines. We're talking about crime scenes, tear-jerking triumphs, laugh-out-loud absurdities, and moments so wild they'll make you spit your coffee out, Jason. Welcome to a world where the first meal of the day isn't just food. It's the spark for stories that are anything but an ordinary bowl of cereal. So basically, it's just crazy stories around breakfast. Breakfast should just be a simple time, just eating your toast or eggs, having your coffee. But no, these stories will tell us otherwise. The first one, Jay, in Seal Beach, California, John and Stella Chan ran a donut. By the way, these are all true stories. I should make that clear. Some people might be listening to this episode for the first time, the worst of the best. Hey, welcome. These are 10 top true stories that aren't ordinary about breakfast. And at the end of this episode, independent of each other, Jason and I are going to pick what we thought was the worst one for whatever reason. It doesn't be the worst crime or the worst tearjerker. It could be the most boring. Whatever our reason is, what we think is the worst story from these top headline-grabbing breakfast stories. Okay. So in Seal Beach, California, John and Stella Chan ran a business called Donut City for over 30 years after they escaped Cambodia as refugees in 1979. Then in 2018, Stella suffered a brain aneurysm, leaving her paralyzed, and John torn between the shop or staying by her side. He couldn't handle both. So when customers heard about this struggle, they didn't just send thoughts and prayers. They bought out his donuts daily by 7 a.m. every day so he could be with his wife, Stella, throughout the day. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so there was no GoFundMe, just pure support. This is really a great uplifting story. So by 2019, Stella made a stunning recovery, crediting the community's kindness. This, Jason, is a sweet story of donuts and devotion. I really like this one. This is a nice, heartwarming opening story. Yeah, it's cool. They've been there for 30 years. Of course, everyone just loved them as people, and they're like, "Oh, sorry guys, my wife has a stroke. She's partially paralyzed, or sorry, brain aneurysm. She's partly paralyzed. I can't keep the store open because I can't take care of her throughout the day and run the store." So people, Jay, bought out the store supplies daily by 7 so he could be home with his wife during the day. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that's cool. The thing is, he couldn't do, like you say, he couldn't do both. So even if he was to go by her side and not do the donuts, where would their income come from?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's right.
like,
You would have no income.
You still would need, yeah.
I would like to try those donuts.
Curious to know if it's still there.
Yeah, Donut City. We can find out if Donut City in Seal, California is still around. There it is. 4.9 out of 5 stars for this place. 433
Wow.
reviews. Fresh, delicious donuts, great selection, efficient service, great pricing, delicious variety, the freshest ingredients. All right, there you go, guys. If you're ever in Seal City, California, check out Donut City. And there they are, a lovely couple there.
We just gave him a free plug.
Yeah, Donut City, send us a supply of your donuts, please, because you're going to get a big business bump from our
You're going to
listeners.
get a big bump.
I think we have one California listener. Go out there, one California listener. Okay, Jay, what do you got for the next one?
Picture this. Easter in Bessieres, France, where a sleepy village throws a 3-day bash ending with 15,000 egg omelet. Since 1973, the year that I was born, the Global Brotherhood of the Knights of the Giant Omelet has cracked eggs, fired up 18 gallons of duck fat in a 13-foot pan, and stirred with paddles fit for a canoe. Seasoned with chives and chili, it's free for all. Thousands dig in with paper plates. Legend ties it to Napoleon. But today, it's a quirky feast uniting foodies worldwide. That's another cool story.
Yeah, these are all great and heartwarming. I hope this trend doesn't stop, Jay. I hope these are going to be the 10 heartwarming stories around breakfast.
I'd like to know the person that counts the 15,000 eggs. Could you imagine like losing count around 13,211 and go, was that 212 or was that 210? Oh, start again. Oh, cool. Yeah.
There it is. There's the big omelet. That's cool. The chefs. I love how they're wearing their long top hats there. This is great, though. It's funny, these little things like this where, sorry for audio listeners, I'm showing a picture of the huge omelet with these big, huge, I guess, wooden stirring spoons held by life-size humans, men, stirring this big batch of eggs. That's really cool. That is a lot of eggs, though. What did you say, 15,000?
15,000.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to have to clean the pan afterwards. That would suck.
Yeah. Actually, the next story, Jason, is the world's largest dishwasher.
Oh, cool.
Okay, bad joke. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's fun. What I was going to say, too, was I just like how there's a community of people behind there. Like, they're just watching people stir a bunch of eggs. But it's fun how we get together still for these simple but fun little activities of just, look, guys, it's a bunch of eggs cooking together. All right. Would you go to this event, Jay?
Yes, I love eggs.
All right.
Yeah, it looks well attended. There's quite the crowd behind them. Yeah.
All right. The next one, Jay. I wonder if these stories will continue with uplifting stories. Let's find out. In St. Louis, Missouri, high school freshman Sam Crow bragged his grandma Peggy's, quote, Dawn Delights. These were eggs, bacon, and pancakes. Oh, yeah. No, her name was Peggy, not Dawn. Her Dawn Delights, eggs, pancakes, and bacon beat any diner. There you go. So he was bragging about his grandma's cooking. Okay. So in 2021, she started cooking for Sam and his 9 buddies. Are we still talking about
what are we? Is this breakfast?
Breakfast on the internet. I think I saw this story on the internet, Jay.
It's breakfast in bed.
All right. Breakfast Hub. In 2021, she started cooking for Sam and his 9 buddies every Wednesday. It became a ritual. Then in July 2022, Sam died in a hit and run. Instead of folding, Peggy kept the Breakfast Club alive. They called it the Breakfast Club, feeding 30 grieving teens weekly. With local help for groceries, she honors Sam's memory one plate at a time despite her own challenges. Wow. Hit and run, too. Eh? Jeez.
So far, breakfast seems to be maybe the most important meal of the day.
Yeah. For some people's lives, it's important like mentally, spiritually, right? This is, yeah, the first one was the community getting together. The second one, the community getting together as well for an activity. And even the third one, though a tragic event happened with the passing of Sam, his memory lives on with community and service. And that's beautiful. Let's see if this trend continues. All right, Jay, we got the next one.
All right. At Diggle Lock Cafe in Sandalworth, England, a cozy meal churn eatery offers a 7-pound, 10,000 calorie brioche French toast slab loaded with mascarpone, berries, and maple sauce. Finish it in 30 minutes and it's free.
It's one of those where
Yeah.
you finish it in 30 minutes, it's free. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
What's interesting about that allures people to come in and spend the money. And so if anybody did finish, oh, you're out 38. What is it? 38. That's $38. So competitive eaters pounced. Adam Moran downed it in 22 minutes.
See if I can find the actual winner. Oh, that's him there. He's a YouTuber.
Big eatery dude. That's his shtick on YouTube.
Look at that thing. What were the ingredients again?
It's 7 pounds in total.
And there it is.
10,000 calorie brioche French toast slab loaded with mascarpone, berries, and maple sauce.
Now, that's enough right there, at least, what, for 4 to 6 people?
7 pounds is a lot of food, right?
It's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food. Looking at it, I feel like a half an hour, but 7 pounds.
Oh, this would take me 3 days to eat.
Yeah.
How much is it? 3.5.
Okay. It's much bigger when you see somebody carrying it. Right? You know, like when you see a person beside it.
Yeah, so we're going to see Adam sit behind it.
Precisely. I think if anyone can eat 3.5 kilos of French toast, it's me. There's no excuse for me to do this. So my place called Diggle Lock today, and I'm taking on a giant French toast challenge. You get 30 minutes. If you finish in 30 minutes, it's free. You get a goodie bag and a winner spoon. Is that right?
Goodie bag, more like a barf bag.
Yeah.
And he gets a spoon. Let's see him devour some of this here. Let's just see how he starts into it and how he finishes it.
Come on. This is going to be rough, man. But delicious at the same time.
It's delicious.
Rough and delicious, you say. Two very serviceable adjectives to describe Mrs. Bacon.
So I'm not a big fan of watching people eat, let alone when they gorge themselves. However, it's not a fork and spoon type activity, guys. He's grabbing
It's strategy.
Yeah. So let's see how he does at the end here.
We get it. 30 knicker if you can't finish as well. I'd pretty happily fail, though. Who doesn't like posh, eggy bread?
I'm trying to finish before your food comes out. I'm trying my best. Thanks, man.
So he did it. There he is. Jay, 7 pounds of food is in his stomach right now. Is that amazing what the body can do? That thing that was on that slab is in his body. He just put a baby in his stomach, a 7-pound newborn.
That was a pretty big slab of food. He's got 4.99 million subscribers.
Yeah, and that was only just filmed a year ago, so this is fairly new. This is breaking news on the Worst of the Best podcast. Beard Meets Food. That's the name of his channel. Like a play on words, like he meets.
So 4.99 million followers. So with our little bit of exposure, he's gonna go over 5 mil.
Can you imagine? Like Beard Meets gets after us. Hey guys, thanks for the bump of 5 million now. Thanks to the Worst of the Best podcast. But you said somebody beat him in time.
Yeah, Leah Stutkever smashed it in under 10 minutes.
What?
Yes. He probably could have gone a little bit faster, but he knew he had lots of time. So he was actually acting a little bit like, oh, yeah, I got this. No problem. Little did he know, Leah would do that in 10 minutes.
Do you want to guess what Leah looks like?
It's tiny. It's going to be one of those like extremes where it's just, I wouldn't guess that this person would do that in that much time. This is a tiny little person.
I'm trying to find the one where she actually ate. I guess this might be her thing. She's a food eater person. How is that possible, Jay? Her whole channel is the same thing. She doesn't have as many subscribers. She has 600,000 almost. But I'm just trying to find the video where she beats him. I envisioned a different person. Okay, so that's her.
Into some delicious looking French toast. Definitely going to need a knife and fork for this one.
She's going to do the knife and fork. She's doing the knife and fork. Holy smokes, Jay. She's doing the knife and fork. So Beard Meets Food. He did it with his hands, but she's doing it like a knife and fork. Not giving her hands dirty.
How many views does this one have? Curious. Oh, 160. Almost
Why is there so much-
166.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised that more simps aren't watching this video. She's pretty in her own right, and
Yeah, she is.
because the men who watch YouTube always watch pretty girls, but Beard Meets Food had like millions of views compared to her.
Maybe she started
She might be just starting.
different ways in which you can. I don't know. I cannot imagine spending my time
Eating like
watching
10,000
people eat
calories in
food.
10 minutes. That's
People watch people do. I don't know.
I
It's
know.
humans
I
are weird.
know.
People watch these videos, but anyways, good for her. She crushed it, Jay. Like literally
by a
crushed it.
lot, doubled it, more than
And then it
doubled.
looks like she was trying.
you'd be enormous, but very happy. I didn't
She's
actually.
Yeah, I
still
wouldn't
like
be
she's like talking. Like, she's killing time by talking. I mean, wasting time. Good for her, Leah.
Oh, so I'm reading the little description. It's a vanilla whipped cream mascarpone.
What's
It's a type of whipped cream.
Okay, cool. All right. It probably helps it go down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was a fun one. See, another fun one, Jay. So far, they've been heartwarming, fun. That was definitely the fun one. I don't like food eating contests. I don't watch them. I don't
No.
enjoy them. But people do go to those events and watch those things. It's weird to me. There's two events I don't want to ever watch. Well, there's a few, but two that come in my head that are popular. Food eating contest events, because I always just think of the movie Stand By Me. And remember the pie barfing scene?
Yeah.
And slap contests.
Oh yeah.
I can't watch those. I'd rather watch UFC and boxing. I don't know why. That's fine. But just standing there while you just wind up for a slap, like it seems weirdly even more barbaric than. I guess the other event I wouldn't watch is bare knuckle fighting. I have no interest in that. I have no interest in that.
Yeah, it's funny. Boxing, I'm okay with, but the bare knuckle, yeah,
No.
I don't like seeing people hurt.
Sure, you get hurt a little bit, but the fact that you can still shake hands and hug after fight, then you're not really minus an actual knockout. For the most part, it goes the distance or UFC fights, submission hold. And it's like, okay, they tap out. But I guess I like those kind of competitions though. But I don't want true actual I want to kill you pain. But I feel like the slapping, to me, it's just it can't be good for concussions.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Your brain
Okay.
is being scrambled. Like your breakfast.
Oh, back on
There we
track.
go. I had to
All right,
tie it
Jake.
back in.
Here we go. We've got March 16th, 2018. Elizabeth Ildefonso, who's 44, rolled up to a security booth at Riverhead Correctional Facility in New York, demanding a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Problem? She thought she was at McDonald's, but she's out of jail.
Oh, come on.
This would be a funny prank idea for those YouTubers who do those pranks. You roll up to security.
Oh, yeah.
Deputy Sheriff Yvonne DeCaro spotted glassy eyes and dilated
Mhm.
pupils and white powder in her nostril.
Oh, jeez.
After bombing sobriety tests, Elizabeth was busted for drug-impaired driving. Her breakfast order denied. Please tell me we have a picture. Want to see a picture? Here's Elizabeth. I guess her last name might be Italian, to be honest with you. There you go.
Hmm.
There she is. And that is a true story, folks. If you want to Google this yourself, she goes by Liza, so Elizabeth maybe, and then her last name is Ildefon, Ildefonso. So there you go. The Defonso rests, Your Honor. All right. We have a clip here.
A late breaking clip.
The sister of the woman who mistook jail for driving through speaks out. Do you want to hear what her sister has to say about this?
Sure.
I want to start by saying that I wish everyone keep their comments to themselves. I think that everyone has some type of issue one way or another.
Yeah, I have problems too. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jay. I've got lots of problems, but driving up to security booths asking for a ham and egger, not one of them. What about you?
We all do have problems. That's nothing new. You're not teaching me anything I don't already know. Yeah, we get it. She has problems, and we don't deny that she does. And actually, in reality, it's probably good that she did go to
I was
that
just gonna
place because
say,
she could have
yeah.
saved somebody's life
Yeah,
by making
No,
a mistake.
I was just thinking that too. We
Yeah.
pulled up to a security booth asking for McDonald's. That's funny,
That's funny.
but ... You're right, sister of the woman who mistook jail for a drive-through. But the fact that your sister got caught actually might have saved her life or somebody else's, quite frankly. See how she caps off this plea to the public to stop commenting, i.e. podcasts and stuff.
And through everything else, this only makes us stronger.
There you go.
And I pray for everyone that's making these little comments. I pray God touches your heart because y'all need it. I don't know how the world becomes so cold and disgusting. And this is why we live in such filth.
I get it. Your sister's getting raked over the coals online because of what we're talking about here. So she's feeling protected. But the reality is, Jay, if you did this, here you go. You're my brother. If I found out, I love you, not just like a brother, but you are my brother, and I love you as a brother. And if you got pulled over or arrested because you mistook a security booth for a drive-through, I'd be like, Jay, I'd be like,
yeah, it's
embarrassing.
It's a bad decision.
And I would not go online in any way, shape, or form
and try to excuse it.
No, if I saw comments on YouTube saying I can't believe this guy, I'd be like, yeah, what else? What else would they say? There's nothing else to say.
And hopefully you get help, and hopefully it does make you stronger. And this is a wake up call, etc., etc., etc. Thankfully, nothing worse came up because the story could have been not funny as a mistake in McDonald's.
It could have been the woman drove through the booth and killed the security guard.
I'm grateful that she's around for people to make fun of, and maybe that will change her trajectory, right, in life. Yeah,
because that was 6 years ago. So she's 50 now. Hopefully, she's on the right, straight and narrow. You know what would have been good had I been the constable or the deputy sheriff on duty? I would have sold her my sandwich. $5, please. She takes my sandwich and my coffee and drives away.
You forgot the fries. Or whatever.
She might pull back. So you forgot the hash brown.
There's no hash brown.
You can totally make a business out of this. You say, look, sorry, we're out of that today, but what would you like tomorrow? And then you bring that in the next day, overcharge her every day. And then you just keep bringing like the pre-order in for the next day. And so you like make hand over fist. And she brings her friends. All right, Jay, you got the next one. What do you got here?
At 3:20 a.m. on June 23rd, 2018, two women in Sylvia Township, Ohio, woke to a stranger munching Frosted Flakes in their bedroom. Gerald John Conger casually said, "Hi," then moved to the kitchen to keep eating. He left peacefully, but not before swiping an ID. A sharp-eyed adult store clerk later ID'd him after he left his wallet with the stolen ID behind. Conger was nabbed days later, a bizarre breakfast burglary gone wrong.
So this guy probably had mental health issues, obviously. It says two women awoke to a stranger munching Frosted Flake. How long was he? I wonder how long was he watching this activity for?
Long enough to finish the bowl of cereal.
Yeah. Now I know you don't eat sugar cereal, Jay, but when you
I love Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not my favorite, but and let's all be honest, it's the milk. It's the sugared milk afterwards that really makes me enjoy the Frosted Flakes. They're lucky.
Yeah, he looks scary.
I'm just thinking how different that situation could have been.
Frosted Flakes may have been great for helping catch a burglar in Ohio. A woman said she confronted the stranger as he was eating cereal in her home outside of Toledo yesterday. He stole the woman's wallet before running away. Police eventually identified the suspect after he left the wallet at an adult entertainment store where he'd been kicked out.
Oh, he went to an adult store afterwards. He got really excited by the whole visit, eh? Because
what section he was in.
Yeah. He saw two ladies in bed.
Yeah.
Ate some cereal, ran to the adult store right after.
Like I say, that could have gone way differently.
Oh, yeah. All right. So again, fun one. I feel like it's amping up just a little bit with every story we can do here. All right, next one. In Wichita Falls, Texas, a 2019 prostitution sting took a weird turn. Undercover cops messaged Kaylee Ryder, only 19, on Facebook. She agreed to meet for $70 and French toast sticks. She insisted on food first, so they hit a drive-thru before heading to a parking lot. Backup staged a fake traffic stop, and though Ryder dodged arrest due to COVID booking rules at the time, her breakfast for favors deal made headlines. She was later busted for prostitution in 2020. We have a young girl who wanted French toast, Jay, for payment up front. I guess she wanted some energy before she did the deed with the undercover cops.
That's interesting. So they must have obviously known about her.
Yeah, they've contacted her on Facebook. I guess there's a prostitution ring on Facebook.
Yeah. $70 and French toast sticks. But her behavior caught up with her, right? She got caught in prostitution in 2020. She didn't learn her lessons.
Oh yeah, she was later busted in 2020. You're right. Yeah, it's too bad.
So that's not- they didn't hold her accountable. She didn't learn any lessons, and got caught later.
She's been arrested in 2018, 2019, 2020. Yeah,
All for prostitution.
Ryder had previous 4 arrests with 10 charges since 2018. They include 4 for burglary of a building and 2 for resisting arrest. In one arrest, police said they went to Mississippi Avenue with a warrant for Ryder and found her hiding inside a dryer in the house. Yeah, it's troubled life. Here she is here, Jay. And our watchers on YouTube. It's her there. Unfortunate, because she looks like a lovely girl.
Yeah.
Who obviously got mixed up with something somewhere at some point. It's just too bad her life is. How did she get there? That's the story. Hopefully, maybe since then, I don't know. Kaylee Ryder now, she was 19 6 years ago, so she's 25 now. So hopefully, she's turned life around. Jay, at 25, maybe.
Yeah, that's a young,
still young,
quite young with that much legal problems.
I wonder what her upbringing was like, and hopefully, you got to figure she might have been. Yeah. Okay. Good luck to you, Kaylee, and we hope you've enjoyed French toast since then. French toast sticks. All right, Jay, and you got another one here.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts, nostalgic, frosted, and deadly.
Oh no, is this our first death?
In Ozark, Alabama, on April 4th, 2024, Daryl Miley, 59, beat his roommate Billy Joe Maynard, 63, with a metal pipe over a stolen Pop-Tart. Maynard died the next day from a ruptured spleen, sparking a manhunt. Charged with manslaughter, later reduced to negligent homicide. He got 12 months.
What? Okay. I don't understand that. I don't understand how he only gets a year of jail because of rage. Oh, I killed my wife over like a cold pie she served me, Jay. Like, why would I only get a year? That doesn't make sense. Why did he only get a year? Why isn't it murder, period?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. How do we know he's not lying about the Pop-Tart story or any reason he didn't make his bed in the morning? Whatever the reason, I don't get why the reason matters in this situation. Well, I'm getting you beat a man with a pipe and he died. Why only a year?
Yes. People throw out reasons as if that matters a whole lot.
I don't get this one.
Yeah. I get self-defense and stuff, but this just...
That's just it. It wasn't even self-defense.
No, just anger.
It was anger. If you'd like to see the picture of the gentleman that committed the murder. He looks like Sammy Davis Jr. a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
He's 59. That's the guy there. He got it 1 year. What do you say when you come back to society? You know what I mean, Jay?
So I'm looking at what negligent homicide means.
Okay.
The killing of another person through gross negligence or
without malice. Negligence? That make no sense, Jay. Haphazardly hit you with this pipe.
It's similar to involuntary manslaughter. I meant to hurt you with the pipe, but I didn't mean to kill you.
I really wanted you to feel this pipe, but not die necessarily.
I really wanted you to feel.
Like, what did he say as he's doing it? This hurts me more than it hurts you.
This hurts me more than it hurts you. Give me Pop-Tarts or give me death.
Yeah. This poor guy, Billy Joe Maynard. Just think about it. He lives 63 years on this beautiful planet. And little does he know when he's 12 and he's 15, his first kiss. Who knows that his life would end by death of a Pop-Tart.
We don't know if he really stole.
Yeah, we never heard his side of the story.
Yeah. We don't know.
For all we know, he wanted the Pop-Tart and he killed him for it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe Billy said, you stole my Pop-Tart. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. I'll show you. And then killed him.
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, man, he must have hit him hard. He wasn't that big of a guy. I don't know.
That's why he did the pipe.
Jay, I think we're getting to some dark territory as the list goes on here. Frying an egg sounds simple, doesn't it, Jay? Oh. February 16th, 2024, just over a year ago in Brazil, 33-year-old Olivier de Jesus heated oil in a pan. Then she put an egg in a glass. So she put the egg in a glass. But in that glass, Jason, was a little bit of water. And that water spouted out of the glass with the egg in the glass, igniting a fireball that burned her face and clothes. The violent steam explosion landed her in a burn unit near Sao Paulo. 10 days later, she died of cardiac arrest, leaving a husband and a toddler. Holy Hannah.
That's tragic, man.
How much oil did you, like, you're cooking an egg? You need maybe, if you really had a
tablespoon, 2
not
tablespoons?
even.
It's like deep frying an egg.
Maybe she was
Like it instantly cooks it, like in a little, I don't know. I'm not Brazilian. Maybe there's a Brazilian dish. That's a thing that they do, but
that's a horrific way to go, right?
Yeah, but you're right. How much oil would be required for an egg?
Can you imagine?
I could not imagine. That's just horrific.
Boy, talk about getting egg on your face. All right, Jay, you got the last one?
All right. In 2014, Jason Harris of Davidson, Michigan, laced his wife, Christina's cereal with heroin. On September 29th, he dropped their kids at daycare, that asked a neighbor to check on her. Okay, that's weird.
Talk about frosted flakes. I'll pour your cereal for. Oh, thanks, sweetie. What do you want? Do you want sugar puffs? Yeah, sugar puffs indeed. Puts heroin in the cereal and she eats it. Did she not think this tastes weird? You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
yeah. Could you imagine if your kids went into the box of cereal?
He drugs his wife,
and then he goes, "Hey, neighbor, can you just check on my wife?"
Sure, I'll check on her.
I do that all the time, anyways.
Hey, Christina, Jason wanted me to check on you. How's it going in there, Christina? Christina. That he has to enter the house looking for it. He gets there, and then wouldn't that be suspicious right away? Like the one time you check.
I know. Yeah. So how close of friends are these people? So Christina was found dead, foam at her mouth, and cold. Jason claims she passed out mid-bowl, but her family insists she never used drugs. Tests confirmed it. Evidence piled up, affairs, hitman talks, and a motive to avoid child support. So this is just messed up. The whole thing, the whole family dynamics.
Remember the guys faking their deaths? That was a child support one too.
In 2021, he got life for murder. Breakfast became his cover for a chilling crime. Yeah, their relationship was messed up.
Yeah, it was messed up.
It was all really surreal.
Davidson Mayor Tim Bishop recalls a chaotic scene nearly 5 years ago when Christina Harris was found in his home down the street from where he lives, just 4 months after giving birth to the couple's second child.
So it was a really hard moment. It's tough to see. And then the story started trickling in and different things, and it all adds up.
Bishop says he now has some clarity after learning what investigators say happened. Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton said her husband, Jason Harris, had a history of seeing other women outside their marriage and told coworkers he wanted Christina gone. The prosecutor says he even hired a hitman.
Jason Harris had paid $5,000 to a guy to kill Christina. And while this particular alleged hitman was doing surveillance on her, the hitman was caught by police with a firearm.
The alleged hitman was on parole and sent back to prison. So investigators say Harris took matters into his own hands.
We believe Jason Harris murdered his wife. We believe he put heroin into her cereal and milk the night that she died.
And 2 years after the medical examiner ruled her death an accidental overdose, a key piece of evidence was found at her parents'.
Well, to be fair, it was accidental. She did not mean to eat it.
I got a couple of things.
Sure.
They showed a quick picture of her.
Yeah.
And they showed him.
Yeah.
Man, this seems like a big disconnect between the two people.
Yeah. She looks all right. Yeah, I mean, so he looks like he looks like a killer. He looks like This is not.
And then I don't understand. So they found a hitman doing surveillance in front of her house, and he didn't say this dude hired me. Why is he like? It shouldn't have gone to the bowl of cereal moment. He should have been arrested for hiring a hitman.
Maybe the hitman didn't say who hired him. You could argue that it was a coworker that hired the hitman. If the hitman didn't give up the name, I'm just saying, in theory, then they don't know who hired the hitman. It could be a coworker. It could be a neighbor that hired it. It's not always the spouse. This seems like bad police work too, though.
These guys, it's obviously a small town, and they got all these people wrapped around. This is like the first murder in 40 years in this town.
Maybe they wanted to happen.
They hired him
to talk about
$5,000. What? 5,000?
Yeah, the way he was talking. The way that guy was talking.
Are we in the 1910s?
Yeah, the way that police chief was talking, he was talking like he was already in the Netflix documentary. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And everybody's standing behind him.
Who are these paid actors standing behind him? Why does everybody at news conferences look like paid actors? Why is nothing get I don't understand. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is what I would look like.
The whole thing looks.
It looks
hilarious.
staged. It looks like this is okay. Let's continue with this.
Were able to secure 3 plastic packages of Christina Harris's frozen breast milk that were.
What? Wow! Where did that come from? Look at the guy on the right. He's like, oh yeah, I remember tasting that milk.
He's actually going. There's actually 4.
There's 4. Yeah, he pocketed the evidence.
Yeah.
The only evidence we're stealing for the evidence room. Can we go back? What was that?
Yeah, let's go back.
A key piece of evidence was found at her parents' house.
Police were able to secure 3 plastic packages of Christina Harris's frozen breast milk.
Why does he say it like that?
But why is it a key piece of evidence?
It's not key. It's odd evidence. Why are we grabbing breast milk from the parents' house? She didn't die there. What? Yeah, this is her breast milk. Taste check, please. My guess is that they're gonna find heroin in the breast milk. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
But she didn't pump her breasts after her overdose. I don't know what's going on here.
That were placed in a cooler. All 3 of those were submitted to the Michigan State Police Crime Lab. In each instance, no controlled substance was detected.
Oh my gosh, this is such a weird conference. Why is he talking this way? All they had to say was we did an analysis of her breast milk and she had no drugs in her system before this matter, which indicates that it wasn't an accident, that it was murder. There, I just said it in 3 seconds.
I guess he's building a case as to why they arrested the dude.
Yeah, I guess so. Did anybody taste the breast milk though? You know how in the movies, Jay, when the cops are like doing the drug bust and they put their pinky in the cocaine, it tastes. Yeah, that's cocaine. Yeah. Did they do that with the breast milk? They put a little squirt of breast milk with it. Nope, no heroin. Absence heroin. Next bag. Absence heroin.
Just suckling on the bag.
Okay, that's enough. We've tasted enough.
Layton says after years of piecing this case together, they finally had enough to arrest Jason Harris. Bishop's
years? They had a hitman?
Oh, wow.
A dead wife? He's raising
heroin in the cereal. Who puts heroin in the cereal that eats the bowl of cereal? Oh, how do you like to take your heroin? Do you smoke it? Do you inject it? Do you sniff it? No, I just put it in my cereal and eat it. Who does that?
His cover story was, my wife does drugs. And she eats it with cereal.
Says he's glad for the persistent police work.
It's just a relief to know that there's justice being served, and
these people aren't bright.
What is this? A food court in a mall?
He's the mayor?
Yes, he's the mayor.
Oh, he doesn't seem very bright.
He's got enough clout somehow in the community that he's a really nice guy. Let's vote for mayor, whatever.
I guess.
Yeah, he was introduced as the mayor earlier.
Had enough to arrest Jason Harris. Bishop says he's glad for the persistent police.
Yeah, I'm sure glad we're not going to have a heroin and cereal. The heroin serial killer. Oh, look, he's a serial killer. He's a serial
killer. We cracked the case. It's like Minority Report, where they got him before they knew he's a serial killer, but they arrested him before he could become one.
Oh, that's funny. If he'd only killed like one more person with the cereal, then has there ever been a serial killer? This is
I would have gone away with it if they didn't taste my wife's breast milk.
Yeah. Damn that breast milk, Jay. He could have gotten away with it. But the other
case just crumbled under that amazing detective work.
Oh, this would have been fantastic. That's what the guy was hoping for, a Netflix documentary, because they have these all the time, the true crime ones. This one would have been called The Real Life Serial Killer. Okay.
Oh, worst serial killer ever.
Really... Well, look at this mayor. Doesn't he seem a little bit like childlike a little bit? It's odd. This is a grown man who's the mayor of a town. He just, I don't know. Just
he's
look
like
at
in
the way,
food court at the mall.
but look at the way he talks. There's something about it.
To know that there's justice being served, and the
see that, and there's justice being served, and I'd like to thank my mom, and I thank my dad for bringing me to the park.
Justice is being served.
Yeah, he's going to jail, buddy.
I mean,
the kids have no parents.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Community can count on its police and the state police to do their job, and they have done it.
Oh, he's off, Jay.
Maybe he had a bowl of cereal this morning.
Yeah. Did you have any of that cereal? Or maybe he's just thinking of the breast milk.
Yeah.
Did you see the way he ended that conversation, though?
I've done
it. What was that little mouth movement? What's he looking at? What is he staring at? My eyes are up here, buddy. Is the newscaster pretty? What's he looking at? Why is he looking down like that, Jay?
He looks actually fairly tall, I bet. I don't know.
Yeah, she's 4 feet tall. He's 7 feet tall. He's looking up here while he's talking.
Look, police to do their job, and they have done it.
Oh, his little mouth movement. Okay, this has gone off the rails. Anyways, Jay, let's go over the 10 beautiful stories of breakfast. We have the lovely story of the donut shop. That was beautiful. Then we have the giant omelet. That was fun. And then we have, unfortunately, poor Sam got hit and run, but the community gathered around weekly for the breakfast club. That's nice. Then we have the prostitute who wanted French toast sticks. And then we had the McDonald's mix-up. That was a little funny. No harm, no foul there as well. We have the serial thief. Thankfully, he's not the serial killer. It's just a serial thief. And number 5, he just looked at 2 women sleeping, then went to an adult store and got caught there. Oh, sorry. I got the 2 French toast mixed up. The other French toast one, of course, was that French toast eating contest. That was a fun one. That was a fun dive. Then we have the Pop-Tart theft turned deadly, where Buddy killed his roommate over the quote-unquote stolen. We don't know for sure Pop-Tart. We'll never know because the guy's dead. Then we have that poor woman who had her face fried off with an egg mishap. And lastly, we have our serial killer. Jason, which one is the worst story and why?
Honestly, this is a tough one. The toss-up between the Pop-Tart gone deadly.
Sure.
Fair. And then the serial murderer. No offense to Daryl, who got killed over a Pop-Tart. But the guy, this Jason Harris of Davidson, Michigan, is a goof.
Oh, really? You're going with the serial killer?
I have to. He killed a mother of 2. The Pop-Tart is very close because it just seems such an overreaction. But I can't let that Jason guy go without.
Oh, he's getting the worst of the best. He's getting his justice is being served twice now. Wow. He got the town's verdict and Jason's verdict. May he rot forever in jail, according to Jason. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder what his sentence was.
He got life for murder.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
However, Jay, I got a different pick.
Okay.
Yeah, another situation where, yes, it's reasons are just, but mine is just number 2, the death by egg. It's just death by egg cooking accident. I can't believe the amount. Jay, her face got hit with a fireball. I don't want to see a video of it, but I want to know like a reenactment of what happened. And I looked it up, and the stories are all in Spanish, unfortunately. So this is the most I could get from the English story. I saw there's videos of the news of it, but it's all Spanish news because it happened in Chile. That one kind of broke my heart.
That's a very tragic.
At least your victim died happy. You're feeling pretty good about herself. Would you rather die of a heroin overdose or a face falling off? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel bad about the kids. That guy just looked like an absolute loser. See, this is the thing in these small towns. How did she get wrapped up with that dude?
Options.
It's just
always options. Yeah. All right. Well, this was another fun episode, of course, of the Worst of the Best podcast, where we talked about the fun stuff, good and bad. Oh, yeah. The good and the bad, the ugly of breakfast. Oh, that could be the title. Breakfast. The good, the bad, and the ugly. There we go.
Okay.
We got our title. That's perfect because that's what we had today, folks. Thanks for watching. Remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud. And today for Ryan, it was death by egg cooking. And for Jason, it was the serial killer.